Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my siblings so they could focus on their future? This sounds like a simple family squabble, but stick with me because it's a lot more complicated than that. I'm 24 years old, and my sister, let's call her Jane, is 17. Ever since Jane was little, I was her designated babysitter. It wasn't a choice. It was just an expectation. My parents both worked long hours, and instead of hiring help, they just had me do it. At first, it was fine. I was a teenager, and watching my little sister after school wasn't the worst thing in the world. But as we got older, the dynamic shifted. Jane started getting into everything: sports, music, advanced placement classes. My parents were convinced she was a prodigy, destined for an Ivy League school and a brilliant career, and who was tasked with making sure she could attend every practice, every tutoring session, every single extracurricular activity. You guessed it, me. My afternoons and evenings were no longer my own. While my friends were joining clubs, getting part-time jobs, or just hanging out, I was driving Jane to soccer practice, waiting for hours, then driving her home to make sure she did her homework. I didn't get paid, of course. My parents said it was my family contribution. They'd say things like, "We're a team, and we're investing in Jane's future. Your support is crucial." I tried to push back a few times. When I was 16, I wanted to join the school newspaper. It met twice a week, right when Jane had piano lessons. I begged my parents to figure something else out, just for those 2 days. The answer was a hard no. They told me my hobby wasn't as important as Jane's potential music scholarship. I was crushed, but I gave in. That became the pattern. My interests, my opportunities, they were always secondary. I went to a local community college because I couldn't afford to go away, and honestly, I don't think my parents would have let me. They still needed me to be around for Jane. I studied graphic design, something I've always been passionate about. I loved it, and I started doing freelance work on the side, slowly building a portfolio and a client base. It was tough. I'd work on my own projects late into the night after Jane was in bed and all my duties were done. Now I am 24. I finally saved up enough to move into my own small apartment about 30 minutes away. It was a huge step for me. For the first time, I felt like I had my own life. I was focusing on my freelance career, and things were starting to take off. My parents weren't thrilled I moved out. They said it was an unnecessary expense and that I should be saving my money, but they couldn't legally stop me. The babysitting requests didn't stop, though. They just turned into guilt trips. "Jane has a big exam coming up. Can you come stay for the weekend so the house is quiet and she can focus?" Or, "Jane's debate tournament is all weekend. We need you to drive her." I tried to set boundaries. I started saying no more often, explaining that I had my own work deadlines and client meetings. Every no was met with a lecture about how selfish I was being. They'd say, "Don't you want your sister to succeed? This is the most important year of her life." This brings me to last week. The ultimate blow-up. I got an email from a major creative agency I've been dreaming of working with. They saw my portfolio and were impressed. They offered me a 3-month full-time paid internship. This wasn't just an internship. It was a direct pipeline to a full-time job. It was my dream, the validation of all my late nights and hard work, finally within reach. The catch? It started in 2 weeks, and it was intense long hours, including some weekends. It was the opportunity of a lifetime. I was ecstatic. I called my parents to share the good news. Their reaction, a long pause. Then my mom said, "Oh, that's nice, honey, but the timing is terrible." I was confused. I asked her what she meant. "Well," she said, "you know Jane was accepted into that prestigious summer program at the state university. It's for 6 weeks. Your father and I have a work conference that we absolutely cannot miss for the first 3 weeks of it. We were counting on you to stay here and take care of everything. You know, drive her, make sure she eats, all of it. We can't afford to cancel our trip, and Jane can't miss this program. It's essential for her college applications. I was speechless. They hadn't asked me. They had told me. They had volunteered me for 3 weeks of full-time unpaid childcare without even a single conversation. They just assumed, as always, that my life would bend to fit Jane's needs. I took a deep breath and said, "No, I can't do that. I've been offered a career-making internship, and I'm taking it. It starts in 2 weeks." The phone went silent. Then, the explosion. My mom started crying, saying I was ruining Jane's future. My dad got on the phone and yelled that I was being incredibly selfish and ungrateful. He said, "We have all sacrificed for Jane because she's the one with the most potential. Why can't you see that? That little design thing you do is a cute hobby, but Jane is going to be a doctor or a lawyer. This is real life." Jane even texted me, calling me a horrible sister and saying I was jealous of her and always trying to sabotage her. I stood my ground. I told them this was my future, and it was just as important as Jane's. I told them they had 3 weeks to hire a babysitter or find another solution. My dad's final words to me before he hung up were, "You have so much potential, and you're just throwing it all away. Your greatest potential was in helping this family, in helping your sister, and you're choosing to waste it on some silly art project." I haven't spoken to them since. My phone is filled with angry texts from them and my sister. They retelling all our relatives that I abandoned them and that I am a failure who is jealous of her successful sister. I'm starting my dream internship next week, but I feel this horrible cloud of guilt and anger hanging over me. I feel like I'm finally choosing myself, but my entire family is making me feel like a monster for it. So Reddit, tell me, am I the asshole for refusing to sacrifice my career for my sisters?